Hey guys, so this is lesson 57 of A Course in Miracles, which is the review of lessons 31 through 35. And just in case this is the first video you're popping into after a while or ever, I'm reading these lessons because they are, I think, sort of a companion in many ways to the concepts about your mentality that change when you start to explore the ideas of manifestation. A Course in Miracles is not about manifesting stuff. It's about changing mentality and unblocking sight, which in my opinion is the biggest and most important thing that you need to understand is happening when you manifest stuff. This is my personal opinion, my personal experiential assessment, that one of the biggest problems with people for not being able to manifest the things they want is that they are not seeing clearly. They have the wrong impression of themselves in relation to the thing they want. They think they want something they don't actually want, or they simply are blind to the direct route to the thing they want because of some belief they have. It's just blocking sight. You can't see the clear and obvious step that you need to take, or there is something that you know that you need to do, but you just won't do it for some reason. So my assessment of manifestation is largely that you simply are blocking yourself. You're simply blocking your ability to see and perceive and understand the way you need to in order to get what you want. And A Course in Miracles is all about that. So I don't know, I've been reading these and people seem to like it, so I'm going to continue with this. And I'm doing the lesson reviews so that I'm going through 5 at a time. So this is lesson 57, which is a review of 31 through 35. 31. I am not the victim of the world I see. How can I be the victim of a world that can be completely undone if I so choose? My chains are loosened. I can drop them off merely by desiring to do so. The prison door is open. I can leave simply by walking out. Nothing holds me in this world. Only my wish to stay keeps me a prisoner. I would give up my insane wishes and walk into the sunlight at last. 32. I have invented the world I see. I made up the prison in which I see myself. All I need to do is recognize this, and I am free. I have deluded myself into believing it is possible to imprison the Son of God. I was bitterly mistaken in this belief, which I no longer want. The Son of God must be forever free. He is as God created him, and not what I would make of him. He is where God would have him be, and not where I thought to hold him prisoner. 33. There is another way of looking at the world. Since the purpose of the world is not the one I ascribe to it, there must be another way of looking at it. I see everything upside down, and my thoughts are the opposite of truth. I see the world as a prison for God's Son. It must be, then, that the world is really a place where he can be set free. I would look upon the world as it is and see it as a place where the Son of God finds his freedom. 34. I could see peace instead of this. When I see the world as a place of freedom, I realize that it reflects the laws of God instead of the rules I made up for it to obey. I will understand that peace, not war, abides in it, and I will perceive that peace also abides in the hearts of all who share this place with me. 35. My mind is a part of God's. I am very holy. As I share the peace of the world with my brothers, I begin to understand that this peace comes from deep within myself. The world I look upon has taken on the light of my forgiveness and shines forgiveness back at me. In this light, I begin to see what my illusions about myself kept hidden. I begin to understand the holiness of all living things, including myself, and their oneness with me. So, in case you haven't watched my other videos on this, the main tool for being able to do all the things here that it says are possible, to walk away from the world of illusions that you're living in, to see innocence in everybody around you, to experience peace, all of that. The tool to achieve that is so simple. And in this book, they use Christian terminology, which you can or cannot, it's up to you, you know what I mean? It doesn't really matter. But the tool, the technique is simply to constantly call on God or whatever. Your higher self would be perfectly fine to substitute in there. In A Course in Miracles, they use the Holy Spirit as sort of a liaison between you and God, calling on the Holy Spirit, asking for a change in perception, asking for a change of perspective about anything. When you're seeing somebody and holding them in condemnation, asking for a change in perception about that person. And the miracle is your change in how you feel, in how you are seeing. That's the miracle. It's not about anything that happens in the outer world, although things often do change in the outer world. It's about you. It's about a change in you that frees you from it's like we think that if we condemn someone else, it's like that old saying, it's like thinking that you're going to drink poison and somebody else is going to get sick. It's you that's suffering from this condemnation of other people. And where I went horribly wrong with this stuff 20 years ago, as I've mentioned multiple times and will keep mentioning because I don't want people to make the same mistake. If you have somebody in your life that is abusing you or something, and you call on the Holy Spirit or your higher self to give you a shift in perspective about that person, it often will. It will often bring you, every time it will. But often you'll change the way you see that person. You see them in a different way, which then sort of generates a compassion. That does not mean then that you just stay around and continue to experience that person in the same way. It's not about, you can elect to do that. If your constant request for a change of perspective legitimately make you able to be in that situation and it's not hurting you or whatever, it's an option. You can continue to have a relationship with that person, but whether or not you continue to is irrelevant. The important thing is that you have the shift in perspective. It doesn't matter what you do in this world. It only matters how you are in this world. It's, if you're a manifestation person, you understand that everything is created, through you. The world is your reflection. Everything is coming through you. And so when you have that shift, it's a butterfly effect that changes many, many things of which you are not aware. And so it's not really about in my case, I was in a relationship with somebody who just was not capable of having a relationship and, needed to do a bunch of stuff, and was really mistreating me and unable to be a good partner and all that stuff. And I took this as somehow, I need to forgive. I need to stay in the relationship. And every time he does something that's horrifying and horrendous, just get over it and calm myself down and shift how I see him and continue to allow it to happen. It seemed unholy to me. It just didn't seem to go with any of this, that I would say, hey, maybe I want something better than this. Maybe I don't deserve this type of treatment here in the illusion. Maybe I should, move on. It's I think a lot of people get stuck in not understanding that you are still in the illusion. It's not like these shifts in perspective change the fact that you're still existing within this illusion. It's like a slow awakening from it. And I don't know if anybody really completely awakens from this. But the point is that you still have to exist in the world. You know what I mean? You still have to chop wood, carry water. And so, yeah, I want to be clear about that, because I think that's something, this isn't I'm going to wake up from the illusion and then I'm not going to have to pay my bills anymore, at least right now. I don't know what's going to happen in the future with resources and stuff like that. I think some interesting things are coming in that area for sure, but that's not what this is. It's about changing you. It's about changing your perception and experience and how you see, and that's it. And it doesn't matter what you're doing in the world. That's not the relevant part. This is all just an illusion anyway. So this is about getting to peace, experiencing peace, the peace of God. And the surest way, in my life experience, the surest way to disrupt that peace is to have judgments and expectations on other people. And that is the easiest way to be disrupted in my world, is to, to the point that I've tried to limit how much I involve other people in my life at all, because just the experience of other people, that's where it all is. This is saying, I want to see the innocence. I begin to understand that peace comes from deep within myself. As I forgive others, meaning I release them from my judgment. Not that I don't forgive them and say, hey, you can keep abusing me. I know you punched me in the face, but I'm going to forgive you for that and stay your girlfriend. That's not what that means. It means I see you as innocent. Even as I move away from you and have my life somewhere else, I release you from judgment. I see you as, innocent and perfect. And it's the illusions of the world that it's your own insane thoughts and everything else described in these 5 lessons. It's those things. It's not you. There's nothing wrong with you. You're a holy son of God, or whatever, however you want to put it. That releases you. You don't experience that condemnation. You don't drink the poison and expect that person to be hurt. You're free. So I think that's all I want to say about this. I'm going off on wild tangents while reading these, and I'm not even watching any of these back because something about A Course in Miracles also that I picked up somewhere in here, I don't even know where it was, somewhere in this massive tome. I understood the idea that the teacher and the student of A Course in Miracles are one and the same, basically. And something that, just talking through something, or just whatever I choose to communicate, I can't judge it as long as it's coming from a certain standpoint. Did that make any sense? I'm not watching this back because I will judge myself for what I said. And what I'm saying here is being heavily, if not totally, influenced by the divine. And I have to not, something here is something someone needed to hear that's being communicated through me by the Holy Spirit or something. So I'm just not even going to watch these back because I don't know who they're for. I will never know the ripple effect of some part of the content of this video and what it did. That's sort of the whole idea of the miracle, of the shift in perspective, is that it allows other miracles to work through you. It allows other people to be healed in that their perception will also be shifted. That's it. I'm going to end it here. Have a great day.